What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing another VOD review of somebody who's just destroying it on the NA ladder. This is a RykoMastery, and the first thing to say about Ryko is this is not actually a North American player. You can tell, I guess, because there's NA in the player name. This is a European player, somebody who is taking advantage of the fact that because he's in Tier 1, he doesn't have to, grind on an EMEA account, so he can just play on the best server in the world, baby, North America. Get good practice, and I mean, look, he's been practicing a lot. 900 games played, and this last real stretch up from about 1,000 LP straight to 1,600. I guess some cliffs there, but this last run up has also been really nice here. You can see not a bot 4 in the last 12 games, 85% win, or top 4 rate, 20% win rate. But the stat that I think is really interesting is if you look down, you actually see, Ionia, a lot of Ionia here. And if you look at his Unara stats, play Unara carry eight times with an average placement of 1.88. I mean, that's a stat that's so good. We gotta throw that in the thumbnail, baby. I think last time I said I was gonna clickbait stats, and I didn't even throw the stats in a thumbnail. But this time, I mean, sometimes you gotta clickbait it. Also, somebody who is actually streaming their climb. I was originally going to just take a random VOD from MetaTFT, and then I realized, oh, this guy streams all his games. So, I mean, shout out to him for being one of those players who actually streams, because there are a lot of people out there who do not stream. So, yeah. We check our Ionia. It was Path of Spirits. Path of Spirits, I think, is one that people have grown more and more fond of over time. I think people have just realized that it's pretty solid. Though we do have to, not even hold on to Ionia here. So even though he cares about Ionia and that he likes to play Ionia, it's not like he is going to hold on to this, Ionia and Grief and otherwise good early game. Going to hold on to the Nico pair here along with these, well, just the one jug here. Yeah, kind of a crummy opener, I would say. We really don't have that much going for us. The Nico pair is kind of nice, and that's about it. And yeah, we are going to hold the Aphelios pair as well in case we hit something weird. Solo leveling, early landings, heavy's the crown. I don't really like any of these. Maybe you could default heavy's the crown if you have to, but we don't really have anyone to solo level here. Early learnings is not great. Patient studies are great, and Legion of Threes are both very solid. But we do end up just grabbing the patient study here just because our opener is not that amazing. So it's totally chill here to opt into Lost Streak, especially when we can make 10 and Lost Streak here, and he's just gonna play this little bit of Arcanist Defender board here. So we start off pretty mediocre start to somebody with an Atakan augment. Ooh, we're actually, this is kind of sick here. So was potentially holding on to an okay kind of Arcanist opener, but I mean, look at our items. It doesn't make sense for us to play Arcanist whatsoever. So why don't we just sell out of that entire opener here, hold on to the Blitzcrank 2, but then still make 10 gold. I actually really like this idea because it opens us up to the possibility of hitting an opener that actually does something. An opener we can kind of play around some real units. But we want to play for an 80 backline, right? So holding onto that AP opener was really, never going to do anything for us. So I like that a lot here. Going to hold on to just this Jug plus Sona Lulu board. I mean, not the world's best board, but that's okay. We are going to immediately break our loss streak here, which is a little bit funny and a little bit annoying, but not the end of the world. Patient study still gives you, the 2 XP for winning. So we'll be okay. And hey, maybe there's a world where we just hit a crazy shop here and start win streaking. Yeah, maybe that's a little bit optimistic. We do actually hit an AD carry. We have the Draven here, and yep, look at this insta slam here. Says, you know what, I'm slamming this IE. Probably in Ryko's head, we're already just Ionia. I mean, he likes this line so much. We have an IE plus a bow open. That's literally 3/4 of BIS. You need that IE Gwinsu to truly, have it when you are playing around this Unara unit. And I mean, Draven's a really nice item holder to get us there, and we're even gonna win this fight. And we don't have that much of a board to play with the Draven, which is, it's kind of good, right? The less damage to those you have along with this Draven, the better, so that they don't steal his kills. Also, that's double rod carousel. I wonder if we will just, prio taking the Gwinsus here. I think this makes perfect sense. It often feels awkward in comps like this to take Rod because you don't want a lot of rods in this comp. You just really want the one. But I mean, finishing a Gwinsu for Draven, I mean, getting the guaranteed Gwinsu as well, I mean, you can't pass it up. Even if it's a little bit awkward for item economy. Hey, you can make Morella later. You can make Crown Guard later. You can make a lot of things. Well, mostly those things later. I mean, even Gunblade is something that you can craft if you have to. So makes a lot of sense. Kind of bummer we fight this person who only has 1 unit on the board because our Draven can't farm as many stacks, but not the end of the world. We have a 3 streak here. Like I said, turn that loss streak into a win streak with just a pretty good spot. And we even have this Sona 2 on our board now is just a guy, just a good unit on the board chilling here, which makes sense. Do in some ways want to hold on to stuff like Ahri. I wonder if you would ever sell Sona for Ahri there, just to guarantee we hold on to the Ahri, and it's still pretty strong. Looks like he is just going to opt to chill on this board for now and collect the world's freest 4 streak here. Man, imagine if we had like fought somebody weak and we would have just like 5 streaked here, because like everybody seems quite weak in this lobby. Just a lot of people lost streaking, which, I mean, good for us when we're playing around this Draven guy, and we unlock this Darius guy. So we're getting on the way to a potential Noxus. We are going to immediately sell out of that Sona there, just to get Aphelios on the board. Armor Shred, very, very good. And I mean, yeah, the spot's looking great. Really need to find Briar, right? It's Briar plus this Darius dude would give us Noxus, so that would be the dream here. Sword comes down here, belt comes. I mean, that looks like a Sunfire Slam to me, but we'll see. We have a 2-star frontliner to throw it onto in the Blitzcrank, and so yeah, it's gonna be the Insta Slam there. And it leaves Sword open here also. I guess we're making Joseph Gath too. Wow, okay. The item priority in this comp has shifted a little bit if you guys haven't played this comp since last patch. The big thing to note is that AP is worse on this Yunara unit. So stuff like Titans, which, you know, used to be like, wow, you can take Titans, and it's just crazy broken on Yunara, like you're building for it, it's BIS. No longer really the case. Now, in a pinch, you can build Titans if you have to. Doubt we're going to have to this game because we have the sword open here, which is probably going to end up being our last item here, but something to keep in mind. All right, next augment here. Healing Orb, Salvage Bin, gain 21 gold. I mean, I think it's a pretty reasonable just Salvage Bin take here. Gives you a last Draven item. You can be pretty happy with that. Gain 21 gold doesn't look amazing. We already have the Econ here. Ooh. He's hovering Healing Orbs like he's like really juiced up about it. Yeah, he's just gonna immediately grab the Healing Orbs here. I think it's a really interesting call to say I want Healing Orbs in this spot. Healing Orbs is an interesting augment. It's one that certainly it falls off the later you get into the game. You know, this flat amount of HP on 3-2 is a larger percentage of your unit's HP bar. You know, when it's a 2-star Blitzcrank, a 2-star, I mean, you see that 2-star Blitz almost like healing to full there from the Healing Orbs. But, you know, later in the game, once it's like a 2-star Wukong, that little bit of HP is going to be a smaller like percentage of the HP bar. So it is a scaling, an anti-scaling augment. It's one where you want it earlier. I will say, it makes sense to take an augment like this that is going to tempo you hard in a spot like this, with the idea that, well, we are on a win streak here. We want to continue our streak here. So it actually, I could kind of see it from that perspective. And I wonder if it is just kind of decent in this comp in general. I'm thinking about things like Set late game. You know, Set being able to Healing Orbs himself up sounds really nice. I will say also, we leveled to 7. We played a fantastically strong board, and we just got Graves to this. Graves just completely farms us. Looks like that player's actually looking for Graves 3 as well. I'm interested to see how that goes, because you don't see that so much these days. Going into carousel here, I mean, DB Wukong would be the at 1,000,000% dream, but that's probably not happening. So we're looking at maybe GS here, or you could take a tank component here just to go for it. We are going to end up just grabbing the bow here, and I imagine this is just going to be a GS slam. It's a pretty solid item into this board. Do I have a Ta Rick here if we want it? But I mean, looks like we don't care. I mean, to be fair, these days, you know, there's the Taric and there is the Skarner as the kind of like two sides of the same like aura coin, and I feel like this patch Skarner has really gotten the better of the mashup, just because I mean there's so much more AD in the game right now. So yeah, I guess the only other thing about just thinking through the Healing Orbs pick, also this will not be one of those times. I did realize after watching well, basically just looking at some comments that my Celestial Blessing game, where I yapped about an augment for a million years that he got from taking a random augment from a Frizz Destiny. Well, one, we did opt to actually take Healing Orbs here, and I won't yap about it too much more. But I'm trying to think about, like, in Ionia, you tend not to have like super high armor and mark tanks. Like those are the tanks where you would really like to have this setup on them, because you obviously, Armor Namar makes the HP healing from healing orbs go even further. Also, we just fought an Asol one there, by the way. Asol on 3-7. That is an early unlock, man. I mean, good for them. We'll see how they end up getting there. Also, there's a player completely 100 streaking in this spot, which is a tad bit scary, but hey, we're the second place HP person, so not bad. Definitely better than being like the last place HP person. There's that second rod that we kind of talked about. Imagine this. I mean, you could honestly just full reforge this rod. I think you can be pretty happy with that. I mean, yep, you're gonna look for that. And then, I mean, honestly, oh, yeah. I mean, it must be this, right? Yeah, I think this makes perfect sense. All right. Double slam there. And we are just going to chill on this for now. Could level this round, but I mean, it would put a pretty big dent into our econ here. So we're pretty happy to take a win or a loss here, be on interval next round, and then send it. I think that makes a lot of sense. And looking like it will be a loss to this LeBlanc guy, but not a bad loss. And Draven doing his darndest to get us in there. All right. Last augment here. I mean, something like Soul's Awakening looks great to me. We have enough econ to get there. And the Healing Orbs actually is going to buy more time for the Soul Awakening, which I like. Going to level to 8 immediately here, and then we are going to start rolling it. Opts to hold the MF pair here, which is really a nice idea here. The second we find Shyvana, obviously items get swapped over. We do find Yunar, who's going to come on the board immediately here, going to get 3 Ionia in here. Yeah, nice little transition here. Still have a couple of units on the board that we are going to want to cut later, but I mean, this looks really, really nice. We even picked up the Swain too, who is a very nice +1 on this board usually. I mean, that's a great roll down for us. And on 74 HP, I mean, look at the spot. It's looking very, very nice, and we're unlocking set here. We're gonna have to cut out some of this stuff, some of these, I mean, cool traits that we're playing, if we do want to get into 5 Ionia, which is more kind of like the default of this comp, which we will do, and just play this very kind of standard version where you play Ahri. And Swain for Arcanist. Swain just comes in as a nice kind of like extra frontliner. And then Shyvana is a great way, obviously, to cap out the board, get your Juggernauts in there for our Swain here. So yeah, the spot looks great. I wonder if this is ever you hit the go button and go 9 in this spot, because like as far as stuff to roll for, we are Wukong paired, but we're not Yunara paired here. I think if we were Wukong and Yunara paired, you're pretty tempted to roll here. But honestly, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this was just like a straight up fast 9. But I mean, the game is going great for Ryko here. Just a strong early game into a very, very solid roll down that, yeah, puts us into an amazing spot here. I'm going to grab the glove here, looking at Last Whisper probably. Last Whisper or TG would both be really, really nice slams. Last Whisper, obviously, because we're lacking Armor Shred, and then TG because we are, I have a ton of other units to itemize here. Does throw the glove onto the set, so maybe we're not even thinking of Last Whisper. Maybe we're thinking straight of stuff like JG, Hodge, set type items. We'll see here what route we end up going down there. But yeah, I mean, the Swain's a great tank. We are fighting. It's kind of the battle of the 2-star tanks and 1-star backlines. But I mean, the Healing Orbs healing up our board. I mean, this kind of combination of combat augs with the Healing Orbs plus the Soul Awakening, I actually like it a lot. The Healing Orbs kind of like extendos out these fights. And then the Soul Awakening just makes your board go actually crazy. And I do think I watched another game from Ryko, and he also took Soul Awakening in this comp. I think particularly makes sense to play Soul Awakening in this comp, just because, I mean, one, you think about a unit like Set. Set's always doing his damage after the Soul Awakening is really procced, because he's doing his sit-ups and things like that. Yunara as well, she's one of these scaling damage carries where you're scaling up the Gwinsu. No Kraken in this case, but if you have Kraken as well, that's another item that kind of like scales up. And so as you're getting further into the fight, you're doing more damage, and then Soul Awakening is also multiplying that damage, so you're getting kind of a crazy just amount of DPS. So it makes a lot of sense. Also, yeah, we are just going to take this to be a fast 9 here. I think it makes perfect sense. We have the Patient Study, which is already just slowly inching us on the way there. We have Yunara pair and Wukong pair here, but I wonder, I imagine this is just a roll for them on 9. Get a ton of dupes here, or a ton of anvils here, which are going to allow us to just fully itemize set here. I mean, that's, I thought for sure we were going to go JG Hodge, but it looks like he's looking at TG. Huh. That's not how I would have itemized this. I for sure would have gone JG Hodge and then looked for maybe like a third set item or something like that. But I mean, the TG obviously amazing onto set. The Ahri, honestly, a solid unit in her own right. She is just kind of a decent, we're getting Arcanist onto the board first. So she's, 5 Ionia 2 Arcanist Ari, and yeah, I mean, she actually did pretty good damage that fight. So, I mean, she's a little bit of a beast here. Gonna level up here so rich in this spot. Find the Kindred is a great in here. Find random Lux too, which I don't think we really care about. Find another Shyvana here. Rick will go in for a second, but I assume he's gonna get replaced by this dude, and we are going to, yeah, move items over to the Wukong. It's actually funny, yeah. I mean, normally you would want Sunfire on your off tank, but one, Wukong creates the totem with items, so you want him to take the aura item so that the totem lives. And two, Swain with any kind of mana item is really nice. So just a beautiful roll down, beautiful itemization. I mean, just a very nicely played game. Pick up the Unara to finally find the Lucian Senna. This is going to fit onto our board. You can move the TG over to the Shyvana as well. This is where that double TG call really came in clutch. Okay, the more that I think about it, the more that it makes sense. If you know that you're going to go fast 9, which we kind of, I think we're pretty confident in being able to do this game, then making the double TG makes a lot of sense because we're going to have a set 2 and very likely a Shyvana 2 to itemize. And so maybe Lucian Senna 2 ends up coming down the line, Kindred 2. There's so many units when you are fast 9 to itemize. Also, this fight is so long. So makes a lot of sense to, prioritize those TGs when you are going fast 9 and you're going to have a lot of these units to play for. So smart stuff here. I guess it would be Vow for Swain if we can't take that. Do you ever take blue buff for Swain, low-key? I mean, like, what else are you really taking here? He ends up getting Sunfire Belveth. I mean, I guess I've seen worse. I almost want to put the Sunfires. I mean, it's actually fine to just put them right here. Yeah, this is chill. It's just like if they both get blown up by something, then you're gonna have no Sunfire. But who cares? I mean, are these guys both gonna get blown up? I will say, if there's anyone who's gonna blow us up, it is this guy. I mean, everything 2-starred, Kindred 2, Lucian Senna 2. Yeah, I mean, the board looks kind of insane, but our front line looks insaner, and our combat augments really, I feel like, are the star of the show this fight. I mean, yeah, I just such a good game plan, right? Take that initial econ aug, use that to have enough econ to make it there, play a strong early game around Draven, and then take double combat to finish the game out. The healing orbs, I feel like, has actually been quite solid this game, healing up, like I said, stuff like Wukong, stuff like the set, stuff like the Shyvana. They all really like this setup here. Rotate into a Warwick board. What patch are we on? And this guy is actually, wow, Reuniclus. Shout out to Reuniclus. Also, really crazy combat setup from Reuni, but not enough for us. Reuniclus, an OCE player. Kind of, wow, we got a little bit of an international lobby here. We got EU, OCE, a bunch of NA players, and player, I'm not sure where they're from, but that's Chinese in their name, so maybe a player from China. I mean, it just goes to show NA is the super server, baby, which, I mean, you love to see it. Oh, we unlocked Skarner there off a TG. It's actually kind of nice, maybe not actually. This guy is, whoa, this is a crazy lobby. Lyseraphim also in the top. Not Wukong. Warwick, Lyseraphim in the top 4. Feels like we're being brought back to last patch because these comps, I think, fell off a little bit this patch, but certainly still playable. Huh, interesting. I mean, we'll see how our board fares. We would love to pick up the Rick again versus them because they are capped kind of high. They're level 10, that we do win this first fight. I will say, if you do reach the cap of this comp, this Ionia comp, it is one of the highest cap comps in the entire game, just by the fact that you get to play so many good 5 costs on the board. Set 2 is a monster when you reach him. Shiv 2 is really nice. Kindred, Lucian Senna. You can just play 4 costs and then a bunch of 5 costs, and they fit really nicely with the traits. Unara is a beast in her own right. I mean, the line is just very nice at capping out high, and you can see, yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of these fights are not looking very close here. We won that. We just have DK left, and we have level 10 coming here, so we're just going to level up here, pick up some Kindreds, look for that Rick here, and it is going to come in onto the board here. Beautiful. I mean, what else can you say? I think we might just clear this guy. I mean, it's stage 6, so we would need to 6-0 them to have this be a dub from here, though. I mean, that's not the world's craziest thing here if our tanks actually tank aggro for some of this stuff here. We'll see, though. Last fight was pretty close, so we'll see if we do get the 6-0 here. We will not, so we are going to go to one more fight here, but on the 7 streak, I don't know, it's feeling a little over. I mean, we'll see maybe if DK can do something positioning wise, find some kind of upgrade or something. Also, we take QSS here just as an attack speed item on backline here. I mean, Ornn 2 gets picked up there, but we're still so far from capped. We still have Set 2 to find, Lucian Senna 2 to find. I mean, Set 2 is the big one. Whoa! DK going for the Ornn 3 here. Just said, you know what? There's no way I'm going to win this game by normal means, so I'm just going to send it for the Ornn. Found 6, though. We managed to find 1 in chop, so it was over. All right. Beautiful game from Ryko here. Just an absolute Ionia masterclass from a guy who is just an absolute beast with it. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch from Edify, all my other links down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching as always.